Hey, welcome back to No Shortcuts. Today I wanted to voice my frustration with leaders of industry expressing things like, if I can do it, you can too. Or any iteration that concludes something similar to the notion of, if I can do it, you can do it too. I know hearing, if I can do it, you can do it too, is supposed to be motivating and inspiring. But many of those leaders expressing that idea forged their own path in creating their success, their wealth, their influence. So if they didn't follow someone else's specific formula, why would their specific formula, the formula they use to reach their success, work for you? Now, I don't say this to be discouraging, actually quite the opposite. I really feel like each of us has limitless potential, only if we seek to unlock it. I think even if the person saying, if I can do it, you can do it too, is genuinely coming from a place of meaning well, these types of statements can be disingenuous and discourteous to the listeners and followers and supporters of this individual. Let me use a popular parable to try to explain why I think saying things like this is disingenuous. In the parable, to give a man a fish, you feed him for a night. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. There's two scenarios here. One where an individual just gives the person what they need for the night, for the moment. There are leaders of industry that do this. They keep you coming back for more. They never teach you to rely on yourself or your own capability, but only on theirs. These individuals, personally, I am not too fond of. Now, the second scenario is you teach a man to fish, right? You give them all the skills, all the opportunities they need, all the knowledge they need to catch the fish, to feed themselves for their life. And there are many of these leaders of industry that have this well-to-do intention. However, when they're teaching you how to fish, they're not looking into where you're fishing from, what kind of pole you have, what kind of equipment you've already got, the different types of environments you might be fishing from that might impact the way you fish there. Is that making sense? I think there's actually an easy explanation for this phenomenon of believing that the formula for your success will apply to everyone. Believe it or not, each and every one of us faces some sort of problems in our lives. And someone who overcomes those problems is going to view those problems as major setbacks and look to the work they put in order to overcome those setbacks. But oftentimes, they forget to look at the privileges that also sustain them through their pursuit. Believe it or not, everyone has problems and they also have privileges. Every single one of us. There's definitely different levels of privilege, and I'm not trying to say that we all start from equal ground. When an individual talks about, this is how I became successful, follow these steps and you'll become successful too, they are not acknowledging the privileges that benefited them. If we fail to recognize the role that circumstance and luck play into success, we discredit another individual's opportunity for success. I, as someone who's relatively fit, can look at someone who is considered overweight and think, just eat and exercise, just follow my plan and you'll be healthier. But I actually don't know where they're starting from. I'm privileged with a higher metabolism. I'm also privileged with a mother who cooked meals growing up. So I wasn't eating a lot of processed foods growing up. That was hugely beneficial to my health as an adult. If we fail to recognize this privilege and this uniqueness to our situation and uniqueness to others' situation, as a leader, that points to arrogance. Many of the factors that contribute to someone's success are outside of that person's control. Malcolm Gladwell writes an incredible book called Outliers, where he discusses certain individuals who reached their success, and there's a correlation between certain uncontrollable factors. Probably my favorite example of this was when he dives into the success of young hockey players being born earlier in the year because of the age cutoff. That few months of maturity allows them to be stronger and fitter and look stronger. Whereas the people born later in the year had, if they were able to reach the success of the others, would have to compensate with higher levels of skill. In that case, the birth date of the individual significantly impacted their chances of success in youth hockey in Canada. I don't say this to discredit anyone who is giving you a formulaic approach to success. I would encourage you, when seeking advice from a role model, a peer, or a leader of industry in some capacity, look at the formula they give you, learn from it, listen, really educate and understand what the principles are behind it. But look at it and then look at the lens of your own life and figure out how to apply the principles of their formula into a formula that will fit your unique capabilities, struggles, privileges, and sacrifices. Thank you so much for watching. I made this video because I want to encourage you each to recognize your own strengths and your own weaknesses, and not think that because of your weaknesses, you are unable to accomplish amazing things. Role models, leaders, heroes of ours are great at giving us a target to shoot for, but oftentimes they don't know where we're coming from, and the places that we start from are very different and unique to ourselves. I would encourage you to look at these heroes, these people you look up to so much. Look at how they became successful, and look to how you can apply principles of their life into your own life, but also trust your own intuition, trust your own ideas, your own thoughts, your own creative endeavors into creating a successful, healthy, beautiful, powerful life that you want to create. Remember to take your ideas that have come to your head while watching this video and share them with someone in your own life, be it a friend, family member, or a stranger. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.